Last night, the House of Representatives voted to vacate the Speaker's chair and basically boot Kevin McCarthy out of the speakership. So what happens next? Donald Trump is offering to be Speaker. Is that even possible? Let me see if I can break this down. So Kevin McCarthy, in order to get the speakership in the first place, cut a deal with the most radical of his members where even a single member could bring a motion to vacate. Now, that doesn't mean that a single member could remove the speaker, but he could force a vote, and Matt Gaetz did. Now, the reason Matt Gaetz called for this motion, sort of varies depending on when you listen to the guy. But basically, there was a group of about 10 or 20 very hard right Republicans who felt that McCarthy was conceding too much, and more fundamentally, that he just couldn't be trusted. And in fact, I think most of the Republicans felt there wasn't much trust in Kevin McCarthy. Certainly Democrats did. And there was no way that Democrats were going to come to the rescue of Kevin McCarthy. This was someone who made apologies for the January 6th insurrection. You might remember him going down to Mar-a-Lago to kiss the ring just a couple of weeks after that attack on the Capitol. But also, this is someone who reneged on the deal with President Biden over the debt ceiling. This is someone who began an impeachment proceeding in order to placate the right wing, even with no evidence of wrongdoing on the part of the president. So no trust in him by Democrats. We were not about to save him. Where do we go from here? Well, you may have seen Trump has offered his services as Speaker of the House. Technically, they could do that. The Speaker doesn't have to be a member of the House of Representatives. Sounds crazy, but it's not a requirement. There is no way they're going to pick Donald Trump. And I say this because, although I have to admit, I've been proven wrong about this, I don't think they're that crazy. They're pretty crazy. I still don't think they're crazy enough to make Donald Trump Speaker. So what are they going to do? Well, Patrick McHenry is the acting Speaker pro tempore, and he is acting Speaker because he was on a secret list that Kevin McCarthy had. Now, he was number one on that list. Basically, if I were to lose my seat, this is who I would want to step in temporarily. That doesn't mean he was Kevin McCarthy's choice to be Speaker. It probably means that Kevin McCarthy really trusted Patrick McHenry, because if you're at the top of the replacement list, there's an incentive for you to push out the guy who's in the Speaker's chair. And you want someone very loyal in that. So I think all we can say with confidence is that Patrick McHenry has been very loyal to Kevin McCarthy. They're debating in the Republican conference who to replace McCarthy with. If they can't come up with someone right away, McHenry can serve in that role fairly indefinitely. But look, I hope they come up with someone that their members can trust, and that even if we have vehement policy disagreements with, at least we can trust that they will keep their word. That shouldn't be too much to ask. And what's more, it needs to be someone who can govern, someone who can run the House, so that we can begin to tackle some of these really important challenges the country faces, like the high cost of housing, like the fentanyl crisis, like the continuing plague of inflation. We need at least someone who has the ability to govern.